Obviously, this is a very concerning situation. We're going on 7 hours now since this initial shooting. A shooter is on the loose in Kalamazoo County, perhaps beyond Kalamazoo County, as we've noted over the last hour or two. These shootings, which started on the east side, if we can pull up that map, started on the east side of Kalamazoo County nearly 7 hours ago, continue to move to the west. The first shooting all the way up in Richland Township on the east side of Kalamazoo County. You can see it there just below the banner. It says Meadow Townhomes. One woman in serious condition after a shooting there. Then this same apparent suspect moved his way southwest to the Sealy Kia of Kalamazoo, where we're told a father and his son were shot and killed at the Sealy Kia while they were just simply looking for cars for the night. And then again, south and west at the Cracker Barrel on the west side of Kalamazoo County, another 4 people confirmed dead, shot and killed in the parking lot of the Cracker Barrel. Michigan State Police confirming for us tonight. An additional, a 5th person at that location was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Now, Michigan State Police are telling us that a 4th shooting has taken place to the west of the Cracker Barrel. At this hour, we have not yet confirmed a location. However, the undersheriff, Paul Matches, is telling us that there were numerous reports of shots fired at OP Avenue and 6th Avenue, just a short ways from there. Alex Jokic is standing by once again on Stadium Drive at the Sealy Kia dealership. Alex, what can you tell us?
Well, Brittany, as you know, this is a very scary situation that's unfolding across the county tonight. Police are still looking for the man who they believed pulled the trigger in these 6 killings across Kalamazoo. One scene is here at the Kia Sealy on Stadium Drive. We just talked to Chief Jeff Hadley, who is out here right now along with multiple detectives and officers investigating this scene. You can see crime tape up along the entire perimeter of the Sealy Kia dealership here on Stadium Drive. 2 males at this location were shot and are dead tonight. Chief Jeff Hadley believes they may be a father and a son. He says they may have been looking at a car here to purchase when that gunman pulled in.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, Brittany, we are confirming through Michigan State Police 4 people dead at the Cracker Barrel Hill in Ostromo, 1 in critical condition. Contrary to earlier reports, there may have been 2. It is now 1 in critical condition. Lieutenant Dale Hintz of MSP joining me live. Lieutenant, obviously a terrible night. What more can you tell us?
We're looking for a suspect, a possible single male white driver in a dark blue Chevy HHR. We're pretty sure on that vehicle description. We're asking everyone to be very vigilant. If they know or have seen this person, please call 911 immediately to give us that information.
You have an APB on the vehicle, anything on the plate?
We do not have a plate at this time. Once again, navy blue or dark, possibly black, Chevy HHR.
Of course, folks are concerned. Lieutenant, this began at an apartment complex, proceeded to a car dealership on Stadium Drive, ended in a fatal shooting here at the Cracker Barrel. Any idea the direction he went?
We do not have a direction of travel. It appears that all 3 incidents are related. We're not completely sure at this point, but it appears that they are.
How about the other folks in the restaurant? Where are they at this moment?
Everyone has left the restaurant except for a couple witnesses. We are still doing detailed interviews with them.
Can you describe for us what happened here? Where was the shooting exactly?
Well, it was in the parking lot here at the Cracker Barrel restaurant. One person was the shooter, and we do not have a lot more detail than that at this point.
Do you think it was a random shooting, all of these random victims?
It appears so at this point.
What kind of a gun was he using, Lieutenant?
We do not know at this point.
At this point, we have 4 confirmed dead here. Any information on the victims? Were they, any of them, children?
I do not have that information right now.
And
Police Chief Jeff Hadley just a short time ago that it is possible that a suspect is in custody.
They were looking for a white man. We had very little to go on as far as suspect description went. We knew that they were looking for a white man in his 50s driving a Chevy HHR, navy blue or silver in color, right. Boxy SUV style vehicle. That's all we knew, and we do know that Michigan State Police is working to brief the media at this hour. Do we have them now, Kevin? Can we go to MSP?
Yeah, we're back here with Undersheriff Paul Matches with an update now. We know a suspect is in custody. Tell us how that happened.
A vehicle that fit the description was spotted in downtown area of Kalamazoo. One of our deputies followed it, got support units, they stopped it. Indeed, that was our individual. As to how he was identified and the details of that, we're going to keep to ourselves for a while.
But it seems he went willingly. Obviously, no injuries to the officers who made the arrest.
No, there was no problems with the arrest. He voluntarily gave up.
Were weapons recovered from that car, Paul?
Yes.
Can you tell me how many?
No.
Can you tell me what kind?
No, we're not going to disclose any of that at this point.
Following breaking developments overnight, we're the first to report a suspect has been identified in this mass shooting, Jason Dalton.
And right now, police are at that suspect's home. The crime lab is also at the scene right now. And so is News Channel 3's Aaron Dimmick. We are going to check in with him in just a few minutes. But first, let's get right to News Channel 3's Andy Dominiani. He's been on the story all morning long, and right now he's live at the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. Andy.
Jessica, the threat to the public is over after a night of terror, but the uneasy feelings that I think we all share are still there. This is tragic, this is puzzling, this is mysterious. It doesn't make sense. KDPS Police Chief Jeff Hadley telling me the 45-year-old suspect in this case, in this killing spree, Jason Dalton, has no criminal record. What would possess a man? What would drive him to drive around the county and systematically gun down 7 people he didn't know and had never met? That is what's so baffling right now to detectives on this case. He was arrested at 12:40 this morning after 7 people were shot and killed and an 8th person was critically injured. We got some video of this multi-agency arrest. It happened at Ransom and Porter at 12:40 this morning, and surprisingly, after what he's accused of doing, Jason Dalton went willingly with police, did not confront them, and did not resist. He was immediately brought here to Kalamazoo Public Safety headquarters and interrogated, and within a couple of hours was taken over to the Kalamazoo County Jail to be booked and eventually charged on multi-counts of murder.
With suspect Jason Dalton in custody, the attention now turns to why he did this. That's a question on the minds of many of his neighbors who spoke with News Channel 3's investigative reporter Cody Combs. Cody is live outside the Kalamazoo County Jail where Dalton remains at this hour. Cody.
Well, many of those neighbors along Douglas Ave say they have no idea what caused Dalton to, in their words, just suddenly snap like this. But they also readily admit that over the past few weeks, Dalton had issues and he was acting erratic, paranoid, and just overall strange behavior, claiming that people were stealing things from his home where he and his wife and 2 kids also lived. Even last night, they say at one point they heard gunshots nearby and wondered if it was Dalton trying to scare someone away.
I had just gone out to the hot tub, and I was sitting out there when shots were fired, and I thought, well, maybe it was Jason because he had some burglaries in his garage here over the years, and
boom,
just
boom,
after
boom, about 5 shots.
Yeah.
And we just thought maybe he was firing in the air to chase somebody off.
And those neighbors say, although shocked, their thoughts and prayers are currently with Dalton's wife and 2 children who they say they last saw on Thursday. Live outside the Kalamazoo County Jail, Cody Combs, News Channel 3.
Well, Brittany, Kate, as we are learning more about the suspected shooter, Jason Dalton, we are also learning more about his victims. A group of women here at Cracker Barrel enjoying a ladies' night out, a father and son window shopping together for a car, a mother babysitting her children, as well as a group of neighborhood kids on their front lawn playing outside. Now, names of the 6 killed have now been released. Mattawan Sr. Tyler Smith, 17 years old. He and his dad, Richard, were shot and killed at the Kia Sealy on Stadium Drive. Minutes later, those close friends we just mentioned here at the Cracker Barrel. Mary Lou Nye, Mary Jo Nye, Dorothy Brown, and Barbara Hawthorne murdered in the parking lot. A 14-year-old in the front seat of a car shot, now on life support. We also talked to a 12-year-old survivor who says she watched as Dalton shot his first victim. She says he first asked the woman a question, asking, "Have you seen Maisie?" Police telling us right now they're not sure who that is or why Dalton was even asking the question or if he was looking for someone specific. In fact, they say right now they know very little about a motive at all.
Shot her once and she was still running with it, and then shot her again and she fell. And she asked, Joy, help me. And she said, no, sir, is there a problem? Are you okay? Is there something going on? Should I help you? And then just shot her. I knew I was gonna get shot too, because he didn't stop shooting.
A very brave little girl right there. The prosecutor tells us right now the suspect faces at least 12 charges, if not more, 6 of those murder charges.
Welcome back to this special edition of News Channel 3 Live at 5:30 as our coverage of the deadly shooting spree in Kalamazoo County continues. We want to remind you that 45-year-old Jason Dalton is behind bars tonight, accused of shooting 8 people at random and killing 6 of them. At this hour, 2 of his alleged victims remain in the hospital, including a 14-year-old girl in critical condition. Joining me live in studio now is Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley. Thanks for being here on such a difficult night.
Of course, thank you.
Tell me when you first learned about what happened in Kalamazoo County, and what were your initial thoughts?
It was late last night as the reports were coming in, and it was really starting to become clear that these different events were connected together, and really just horrified that such a thing could happen here, and especially in a community like Kalamazoo that is so close-knit and so strong. Yeah. But heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken.
The passenger is shaken but grateful. He tells me the minute he got into the car, he knew something was wrong. Matt Mellon tells me Dalton introduced himself as Mimi and had his dog in the back of his car. The next thing he knew, Dalton was driving 80 miles an hour down West Main, sideswiping cars.
Alarm bells should have been going off in my head.
Matt Mellon is counting his lucky stars.
Pretty scary ordeal, especially to be so closely involved with it, but I'm just happy I'm safe.
Mellon was a passenger in alleged gunman Jason Dalton's car while he was working as an Uber driver before allegedly opening fire on 8 people across Kalamazoo County. Mellon says Dalton was acting strange.
He introduced himself as a different name than what Jason was on that comes up for Uber.